Glad to have you with us. Hope all is well with you. Thank you for tuning in to another great edition. Tonight we have a very special guest with us. It is gospel and Christian recording artist, and she has so many, and she's an author too, has so many different things under her belt. It is Keshara Bailey. She's our special guest here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com. And we're excited about having her with us. And she has a new release that they call God Show Up, and she is our special guest. How you doing, Ms. Bailey?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited about having you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. As I was telling you guys, Keshara has a new release, God Show Up. We've been playing it on our station. It's very unique, very different. And also she has a book out there called Getting Stronger. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But for those who are not familiar with who you are, let us know who you are.
Well, again, my name is Keshara Bailey. I'm originally from Portsmouth, Virginia. I'm currently residing in Pittsburgh. I am an author. I am a poet, a singer, inspiring actress, Lord willing in the future. Yes, but I love all things about the arts, and I'm so excited to be able to use the arts and actually use that to glorify God with it and inspire others with it as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. How do you balance all of this stuff? You're an author and singer and just doing so many different things. How do you do everything that you do?
Well, it's a lot easier now since the pandemic. I've gotten a lot of time on my hand, being that I am not working currently. So that helps. I try to just, give myself certain days and, certain times where I work on different parts of my craft. So that's currently how I'm trying to balance it all right now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's good. Like you said, it gives you time with the pandemic, so that's awesome. We have Keshara Bailey. She's our special guest here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com, and we're excited about having her with us. She's a poet, author, and recording artist, and she's doing some great things as a new release.
Thank you.
Entitled God Show Up. Now, tell us, how did you get into poetry and music and being an author? How did you get into all of this?
Well, I've always loved music. When I was younger, my dad would sit us down when he was about to take us a nap and sing to us and stuff. So that's how music really got in depth into me. I really started doing poetry when my parents got divorced. That's when I really started to use my voice on paper, because I really couldn't tell people how exactly I felt. And so that just kind of gravitated through me. Through middle school, high school, and even to college, I did a couple spoken words. I was a part of a pageant, did some spoken word. I thought about creating the poems that God gave me and putting them in a book. The dream actually came to me in 2017, and it just came into fruition this year. So it just shows that things take time and that you have to be patient. But it's something I've always dreamt of doing. Just being in the arts has always made me feel good, and being able to teach others art, especially the youth and stuff.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's amazing. Very, very interesting way you got into music, into poetry, and everything that you're doing. Now, tell us, how did you get saved? How did you come to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior on a personal level?
I've always, grown up with God. We went to church with my grandma and stuff growing up. I think I really got into it myself. It was probably when I was in the 8th grade. Again, it was when my parents had split up, and I started going to church with a friend and my sister, and it was just kind of a consecutive thing. And it always made me feel good going to church, and the fact that I could always use my talents. I was in the choir, and no one told me to shut up while I was in the choir. If I was home and I was singing too much, people would get annoyed. So just being able to use my gifts at church was always a great thing for me. I'm still working on my journey. Of course, it's a long going thing. It's not just a sprint, is a marathon. So I'm still working on just my growth. And I think being able to use my music and my art to get to know God more has helped me a lot. Definitely helped me a lot on my journey. So, yeah, I don't know. I've just always loved going to church and being able to be with God. I always felt most at peace and most at home when I was in church. And I love being able to, not just sit in church, but actually use my gifts within the church, to help with His kingdom. So that's just kind of how my walk has been.
Awesome, awesome. The church really birthed your gifts and really brought you closer to God. That is amazing.
Yes.
That is
And they were
amazing.
always so supportive of it and everything like that too. They were always like pushing me to be my best and like, oh yeah, you can do it and stuff like that. So
Yes,
it was good to have those people around me.
yes, that is amazing. That's amazing to have a good support circle and group with you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We have Keshara Bailey here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com. She's our special guest. We're excited about having her with us, and she has a new release that they call God Show Up and a new book as well. Now, tell us a little bit about your testimony. What is one thing in your life that you've overcome?
So I would say like one thing that I overcome, and I actually put this in my book as well. When I was younger, my hair started to fall out. It wasn't until I was around like 14, 15 when I got diagnosed with alopecia areata. I struggled with it a lot. It was really a depressing time for me. Like, I thought about, committing suicide because people were always talking about me, making fun of me, and me feel like I was less than. And so that inspired me, like, just when I would go to church, like how I could feel complete, and I never really felt complete because I was always being tear down by other people. So just being able to go to church and, like, feeling that emptiness that I had inside of me, definitely has been, like, the pivotal part of my life, and being able to inspire others, because now I'm able to wear my hair out openly and not really care about what people think. And, for other people to come to me and say, wow, like, you really inspired me to be able to wear my hair out, or whatever other thing they may have been going through, because of your confidence, it's helped me to be able to just, like, be me and not care about what other people think. And so just in knowing that God made me unique and beautiful and, wonderfully made and all that good stuff. So, like, that really has been, like, a driving point in my life. And, I always tell people, like, everything is not about you. So, like, even though it was happening to me, he was using that for me to help other people get through. And, like, so that's definitely something that has, like, pushed me in my walk and in everything that I do, just having to overcome, alopecia and still to this day trying to overcome those things, even when people are still trying to put me down and stuff like that. So definitely.
That is amazing. That's just good
Yeah.
to share that as a part of a testimony. So many women deal with alopecia. And,
Yeah.
that's amazing that you were able to share that, be transparent about that. Somebody really needs to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful. We have Keshara Bailey, and
Yeah.
just forgive me if you know how to. She's our special guest here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com, and we're excited about having her with us. She's sharing with us her testimony today. Now, tell us about the book. Now, you have a new book out there, Getting Stronger. Tell us about this brand new book that you have.
Yes, Getting Stronger is my baby. Again, like, I've been writing poetry for a while, but I think it was like the end of 2017, early 2018, God, like, told me to just put it all in a book. And so it's a poetry book about my spiritual growth with God. So it's like being as transparent, like Pastor Mike Todd said, being humble, open, and transparent, hot. And so, like, it's talking about the ups and downs of me trying to live for Christ, especially being a young woman. And, like, it's not always just a smooth selling peaches and cream, but, like, there's sometimes I give into sin. Sometimes I do these things, but, I always come back to my senses and, like, oh, this is not right. And, it's just me, like, really my struggle, but still me getting to where I need to be when it comes to my walk with Christ. And so I don't know, like, I hope that it helps other people to be transparent in their walk and not just, you have the older sense, like, just do it. And it's like, it's not that easy, but it's possible. And yes, you start off weak when you first you start in your journey, but as you progress, you get stronger and you get stronger and you get stronger in your walk. And so that's what it's really about. I'm excited for everyone to read it. It's actually on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and iTunes. So definitely please check that out for me.
Awesome. Yes, please go out and check out her new book. It's called Getting Stronger, available right now on all major retailers. So we're excited about that. Go out and support and get this book and download it and share it with a neighbor, friend, church, everyone share it. Now, tell us about the new music. Now, I love this new music. We've been playing it on the station. God Show Up. Tell us about this new release.
Yes. Okay, so God Show Up. Honestly, I love singing, and at first I wanted to be a singer, but I never thought it. Like, at a point, I stopped having that dream. But God kind of gave me this vision in July, and God Show Up was really a cry for help. Like, there's so many things that's going on in the world, especially in 2020. Like, there's just been so many crazy things that's gone on this year. And, a lot of people, we're not are honest with God. We're not open. Someone say, "How are you doing?" "Yeah, I'm blessed and highly favored." And it's like, okay, but how are you doing? So this is my cry to God. Like, God, show up. We need you. There's so much stuff going on. Things are going into turmoil and all this other stuff. Where are you? Like, we need you. And at first it was just supposed to be in a poem. Like, I was just gonna speak it, but then it turned into a rap. And I just like the authenticity about it, just how it doesn't sound like anything else really. So that's yeah.
I like that because it's different. It's outside the box. It's something different there. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
The concept.
Thank
and
you.
It's so much going on in 2020. We really need God to really show up.
Right. We really need. I'm actually working on the music video now. So hopefully that'll be out by Friday. That's the goal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's going to be great. We have Keshara Bailey. She's our special guest here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com. We're excited about having her with us. She's sharing with us. She has a new release called God Show Up and a new book as well, Getting Stronger. Her new music is available right now on all digital music platforms. Tell everyone a little bit about how they can get a copy. I know I just said a little bit about how can they get a copy of the book and the music and how they can follow you on social media and how they can book you.
Yes, so again, the book is on Amazon.com. It's on BarnesandNoble.com. The music is, like you said, is on all major streaming platforms. For best getting in contact with me, I have a personal poetry page called B.O.L.D Poetry at BUBBS Poetry, all one word. So that's the Instagram. Also, I have my other Instagram page with me and my husband. It's at B.O.L.D, B.O.L.D, Baileys. So that's another way, or you can go to my YouTube at B.O.L.D Baileys as well. Definitely the best way to get in contact for booking is through the B.O.B Poetry page. I'm currently working on another source for that as well. And then also for more, just to read more of my poetry, I also have a blog through Blogspot on Google. So if you just go to Google and type in B.O.B Poetry, it'll pull up my blog spot as well for that. So that's how you can get in contact with me.
Awesome. Go out and support Keshara.
Yes.
Here on Gospel Radio, gospelgrind.com. Stream and download our new release. It's called God Show Up, available right now on all digital music platforms. Also, go out and get the book, Getting Stronger, is available right now on all digital major platforms such as Amazon, Barnes and Noble. And follow her on social media and book her. If you forget, just go to our website, gospelgrind.com, or you can go to our social media at Gospel Grind Radio on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and you will see her there. What are your plans for the rest of the year?
I'm excited to be able to travel a little more. Again, I moved to Pittsburgh, so I'm excited to be able to finally see my family for the first time this year in November. Honestly, just working on a second book as well. I started a second book, so doing that and being able to go see family later on in the end of the year, and that's pretty much it. That's all I have planned so far, at least.
Awesome. Some family time and traveling and
yes.
to work on some great music and books. So that's amazing.
Yes, sir.
We have Keshara Bailey. She's our special guest here on Gospel Grind Radio, gospelgrind.com, and we are excited about having her with us. We're going to get ready to play. God will show up in just a second, but before we do that, is there a word of encouragement you want to leave us?
I say just never give up on yourself. It's so easy for us to root everyone else on and then give up on ourselves because we don't feel like we're adequate enough or that we're good enough. But just never give up on yourself, because even if it doesn't take tomorrow, you never know what God has planned for you in the future. And I've been very evident of that, especially when it comes to my music and my book as well. Again, it took 3 years for it to be out. So just keep pushing forward, never give up on yourself, and just keep working on your relationship with God, no matter what people tell you or how they try to force you to have a relationship with him in the way they do. Just have your own relationship with God and just get in close contact with him, and don't be afraid to get alone with him and pray and even fellowship with others. So that's what I like to leave with everyone.
Awesome. please go out and take that word of encouragement and use it today. So I love that. Thank you so much for being unique and different. We appreciate it, Keshara, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Go out and support Keshara Bailey. She's our special guest. She has a new release, God Show Up. It's available right now on all digital music platforms. Stream it and download it. Request it on your local radio station. Also, go out and get the new book as well, God Getting Stronger. It's available too as well, so you want to go out and do that. If you forget, just go to gospelgrind.com or our social media at Gospel Grind Radio, and you will see her there. All right?